A man stands atop a glittering empire, his name in lights, his voice booming with unshakable confidence. Donald Trump, the real estate mogul, the TV star, the self-made billionaire, or so he'd have you believe. For decades, he sold the world a story of relentless success, a Midas touch that turns everything to gold. But what if I told you that beneath the shine lies a graveyard of failures, business ventures so catastrophic they cost him billions? Today, we're peeling back the curtain on Trump's biggest flops, the kind of mistakes that didn't just dent his wallet but left entire industries reeling. These aren't small stumbles, they're billion-dollar disasters. So, grab a seat, this is going to be a deep, wild dive into the deals that went wrong. Let's rewind to the 1980s, when Trump was a rising star in New York. He'd taken his father's modest real estate firm and turned it into a flashy brand. Trump Tower was up, his name was everywhere. But he wasn't satisfied with concrete and steel. He wanted the skies. In 1989, he spotted an opportunity, the Eastern Air Shuttle, a no-frills airline shuttling passengers between New York, Boston, and D.C. It was profitable, reliable, a quiet little operation. Trump swooped in and bought it for $365 million. He didn't just buy it, he rebranded it as the Trump Shuttle, promising a luxury experience in the air. Gold fixtures in the bathrooms, maplewood paneling, leather seats, the works. Sounds like a winner, right? Here's where it gets messy. That $365 million? He didn't have it lying around. He borrowed almost every penny, piling on debt like it was monopoly money. At first, it seemed bold, classic Trump bravado. But then the 1990s hit. Fuel prices spiked, airlines started slashing fares to compete, and the Trump Shuttle? It wasn't built for a dogfight. Trump had no experience in aviation. He'd hired a team, sure, but he was calling the shots, pouring cash into upgrades while ignoring the balance sheet. Within months, the airline was losing $1 million a month. Passengers didn't care about gold faucets, they wanted cheap tickets. By 1992, the banks had had enough. They seized control, and Trump walked away, leaving a smoking crater of debt behind. That failure cost him millions, but it was a warm-up, a taste of the chaos to come. Now, let's head to Atlantic City, the neon-lit gambling mecca of the East Coast. By the late 80s, Trump saw casinos as his next frontier. He didn't just dip his toes in, he dove headfirst, snapping up 3 properties, the Trump Plaza, the Trump Castle, and the granddaddy of them all, the Trump Taj Mahal. The Taj was his masterpiece, a $1.2 billion behemoth he called the eighth wonder of the world. Picture it, 120,000 square feet of gaming space, 17 acres of marble, chandeliers dripping with crystals. Trump promised it would redefine gambling, drawing high rollers from Vegas to Jersey. Opening night in April 1990 was pure spectacle. Michael Jackson showed up, fireworks lit the sky, and Trump grinned ear to ear. But behind the curtain, something was brewing. See, that $1.2 billion didn't come from his piggy bank. Trump funded the Taj with junk bonds, risky, high-interest loans that banks wouldn't touch. He bet everything on the idea that the casino would print money from day one. Except it didn't. The Taj was a money pit, losing $3 million a month right out of the gate. Slot machines sat empty, the high rollers stayed in Vegas, and the debt payments? They were relentless, $1 million a day just to keep the lights on. Trump scrambled, shuffling cash between his other casinos to prop it up, but it was like pouring water into a sinking ship. By 1991, the Taj filed for bankruptcy, a billion-dollar dream dead in under a year. But it didn't stop there. The Trump Plaza and Trump Castle were next. The Plaza, bought in 1984, was already struggling with competition when Trump loaded it with debt to fund his Taj obsession. The Castle, a quirky boat-themed spot, couldn't keep up either. By 1992, both had collapsed into bankruptcy too. 3 casinos, 3 failures, a combined debt of over $1.5 billion. Investors got burned, workers lost jobs, and Trump? He walked away, still owning a stake but free of the mess. Atlantic City became his personal wrecking yard, a $1 billion-plus lesson in overreach. How do you recover from that? Trump did, somehow, but the scars lingered. Let's shift gears, something smaller, but just as bizarre. Trump Vodka. In 2006, with his casino days fading, Trump decided he'd conquer the liquor world. He launched Trump Vodka with a splash, gold-etched bottles, a sleek ad campaign, and a bold claim, the world's finest super premium vodka. He pitched it as the drink of winners, sold in his casinos and beyond. The plan was simple, his name would make it a hit. But here's the twist, it launched in a crowded market, dominated by giants like Grey Goose and Absolute. Critics tasted it and shrugged, average, overpriced, nothing special. Sales tanked. By 2011, it was gone, a multi-million-dollar flop swept under the rug. What went wrong? Trump banked on his brand, not quality. He partnered with a small outfit that couldn't scale. Another swing, another miss. Then there's Trump Steaks, yes, steaks. In 2007, he teamed up with the Sharper Image, a gadget retailer, to sell premium cuts of beef branded with his name. The world's greatest steaks, he called them, hawking them on TV with that trademark grin. Fillets, ribeyes, the lot, delivered to your door. But why the Sharper Image? They sold massage chairs, not meat. Customers were baffled, quality varied wildly, and the steaks didn't sell. Within months, the venture was dead, another few million down the drain. It's almost funny, a billionaire peddling beef through a tech catalog, but it's classic Trump, big ideas, shaky follow-through. Now, let's dig into something heavier, Trump University. In 2005, Trump launched what he billed as a game-changer, a university to teach his real estate secrets. It wasn't accredited, just seminars and online courses, but the pitch was irresistible, learn from me, get rich like me. People paid big, $1,500 for a weekend, up to $35,000 for mentorship. Trump promised the best instructors, insider tips, a golden ticket. But here's the gut punch, students said it was a con. Instructors were random salespeople, not Trump's team. Materials were recycled garbage. The mentorship was a phone call, if you were lucky. Lawsuits exploded, New York's AG called it outright fraud. Trump denied it all, but in 2016, he settled for $25 million. No guilt admitted, but the stench stuck, another multi-million-dollar hit to his name. So, what's the thread here? Look closer. The airline was a debt-fueled gamble on an industry he didn't understand. The casinos were a house of cards, built on borrowed billions. The vodka and steaks leaned on hype, not substance. Trump University preyed on hope, delivering nothing. Each time, he borrowed big, bet on his brand, and ignored the nuts and bolts. The losses? Staggering. The Taj alone was a $1 billion mistake. Add the shuttle, the other casinos, the side hustles, experts estimate his business flops cost billions over decades. Billions with a B. But here's the real kicker, he kept going. By the early 2000s, his companies had filed for bankruptcy 4 times, 6 if you count later restructurings. Each time, he used the system. Chapter 11 let him shed debt while protecting his personal cash. Creditors ate the losses, workers got stiffed, and Trump moved on. Then came The Apprentice in 2004. Suddenly, he was a TV icon, the business genius again. The failures faded into the noise, buried under his persona. Genius? Luck? Or just a master of spin? Let's linger on that. Take the Taj Mahal, $1 million a day in debt payments. Imagine the stress, the phone calls, the scrambling. Or the shuttle, pilots flying half-empty planes while Trump bragged about luxury. These weren't quiet flops, they were loud, messy, public. Yet he turned the page every time. Some say it's resilience, others call it reckless, leaving wreckage for others to clean up. What do you think? Was he a visionary who misfired, or a gambler addicted to the next role? The numbers don't lie, billions lost, empires crumbled. But the man? He's still standing, still talking, still selling the dream. So here we are, 20 minutes in, staring at the debris of Trump's biggest failures. The Trump shuttle, a $365 million nosedive. The casinos, a $1.5 billion implosion. Vodka, steaks, a university millions more flushed away. These weren't just mistakes, they were spectacles, each one a lesson he didn't quite learn. Next time you hear his name, remember this, behind the gold letters and the bold claims lies a trail of billion-dollar busts. And somehow, that's part of the story too.